Okay, I'm back with another drawing video, and if the audio sounds like I'm outside, I am. But excuse me. So the character I want to draw, this is a character that was one of Roadwarrior Drake's arch enemies. I don't remember the name I gave him, or maybe I do remember the name, and I'm ashamed to say it because it sounds stupid. But he was a guy. He was the leader of this mob group. He was, I guess, the lead mafia guy, whatever you could say. He had on like a purple trench coat, purple hat, and you didn't see his face. His face was covered in darkness, so it was like a black head with a pair of yellow eyes. Right now, I'm just doing a rough drawing of how he used to look when I used to draw him back in the early '90s. Uh, just doing a quick sketch here, so you can see exactly how he kind of looked. Because I don't know what I did with the original comics. I know I had digital copies of it, but anyway, he kind of looks like that. A little rough in the edges, as you can see. So I've thought about bringing him back to the current canon, so we're not going to go with that design, obviously. So we're going to update him, and we're going to make him a little bit more menacing. First thing I need to do is give him a name. So I decided that I'm going to name him the Krimson. I don't know why I came up with that name, the Krimson, but I'm going to assume, obviously, because where he appears, there's going to be lots of blood. The Krimson is one of those guys who works behind the scenes, and he has an empire, an underground empire. He's obviously big on the K2 movement and all other kinds of CIA-approved drugs. He's one of the agents. The Krimson's one of those guys you don't really want to see, because when you see him, it's gonna be trouble for you. Basically, it's your death knell when you see this guy, because that means he has to come up and fix your mess. So he's one of those guys you hear about in the stories, but if any character comes in contact with him, it's basically a battle royale to the death. In the original comics, he was a mysterious guy, but he packed a peace, killed people, but he wasn't he wasn't deadly or anything. He wasn't he was a bad guy, but he wasn't deadly. He wasn't very strong. He was just mysterious behind the scenes and knew how to use a gun. But if I'm gonna bring him back in the current canon, I gotta give him some attributes, some interesting attributes. For example, like I said, he works behind the scenes. Does you have the same outfit? Yeah, you probably have the same. I wouldn't say purple, but maybe a mixture of scarlet and red. Scarlet and crimson, if you want to say. And I'm gonna do a little change. I'm gonna keep the coat sleeveless. So the trench coat he wears is gonna be ripped off at the sleeves. He has some kind of I don't know, let's say an arm piece, maybe this hand that I'm drawing here, maybe this hand is like a metallic hand. Maybe it's a metallic hand, and it replaces a disabled hand that he used to have. So in a way, he's like ruling with the iron fist here. Maybe this arm, what I'm doing here, I'm drawing these little designs, fabrics, whatever it is. Maybe this arm is a mechanical arm, or maybe it's just a fabric he wears. Maybe he's just wear that to protect his body. Maybe it's bulletproof. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's a bulletproof vest, which has sleeves. So it's like a bulletproof jacket, more or less. And this is just the patterns in that jacket. And he wears a glove, a metallic glove, or it could be a metallic hand. I haven't figured out yet how I'm going to approach this. But either way, that hand is deadly, and he can just crush his enemies with that hand. He can crush his underlings with that hand. Maybe he could punch a hole in a guy with the one swing to his chest. He's that strong when it comes to that. I think that's what it is. I think he's that strong with it. And in the original comics, this guy he had a like a, I don't want to say maybe like a sidekick, but a very treacherous sidekick. In the original comics, that guy ended up becoming a mutant creature, kind of like Roadwarrior Drake, but he became like a mutant bat with a hook on his hand. His name was Malikov. this character here, later on in the comics, I would say maybe maybe issue number 8. I think it was issue 8 when I was drawing them. Issue 8, he ends up getting fatally shot. What happens is that he actually begins to have a change of heart in terms of his ways, because knowing that Roadwarrior Drake is around and what have you. I think that's what happened. I'm not entirely sure, but he ends up getting fatally shot, and the scientist that was working for him, they transplant his brain into a machine, a 4-legged machine called Tenochtitlan, a 4-legged robot with a pair of metallic arms similar to a mantis. So his brain is transplanted into Tenochtitlan, and he rules as Tenochtitlan, and he becomes a formidable adversary to Roadwarrior Drake. I don't know if I'm going to go that route here. I definitely want to bring back Tenochtitlan and introduce like a nice little rogue gallery of villains for Drake. I don't think I want to make this guy, the Krimson, and Tenochtitlan the same character. So I don't think I'm gonna go that route. I can go many routes as Tenochtitlan, but I won't do the brain to the robot route, because I want the Krimson to rule on his own. I want him to be his own character, his own formidable, figure in this universe. There I am, adding more to the fabric of his bulletproof jacket. Now this hand on this arm, it's his real hand. He has his real hand on this arm. I want to say that that's going to be his writing hand. His writing hand. So we're going to say that's his writing hand. He probably has a card, like a calling card, because similar to Harvey Keitel's character in Pulp Fiction. Maybe he's a fixer of them. Right? That's why he works behind the scenes. He fixes up things. He fixes up situations, but then you become his. You become you owe life debt to this character. And that's why when he shows up, it's not good, because if he shows up and he has to fix your mess, chances are you done messed up, and well, it's pretty much the end for you, more or less. It's not good. It's not good. Let me just darken up the shadows here. Yeah, so because I already have characters in my arsenal that wear trench coats. The Dagger is one of the main ones that wears trench coats. Drake, actually, Roadwarrior Drake, and when I created him in issue number 5 of that series, the first 5 issues, issue number 5, he wore a trench coat. So I want to minimize the amount of trench coats my characters wear. So if the Krimson is going to wear a trench coat, I wanted to change it up a bit. So like I said, he has the sleeves removed. He wears maybe a button-down shirt with no collar on it. Change it up a little bit. Definitely work with a lot of light and shadows here. Add a little definition to his body. He's a little buff, maybe. Kind of like the Kingpin from the Marvel comics, like Wilson Fisk, kind of. He has that kind of, not necessarily like round like Wilson Fisk, but he has a little build. Like I want to make it so that if him and Roadwarrior Drake ever got into a fight, he could probably hold his own with the metallic hand, and who knows what else that bulletproof vest does for him, or that bulletproof jacket does for him. Not to mention his sadistic bloodlust. Here's a chair for him. Sure, nice little chair. Maybe that's his office. Maybe that's where he does his business undercover, or rather behind the scenes, I should say. Does his business, some major business. I mean, he's again, he's very connected, very scary, very deadly. Probably has some major CIA connections. Scares the governor of whichever state this takes place in. I'm gonna assume I'm taking place in Brooklyn, in New York. Well, not Brooklyn, but various parts of New York, including Brooklyn. And the Krimson has connections all over New York. These connections that go far past Gracie Mansion, maybe. I don't see why that's out of the realm of possibility. Let's show a nice little desk for him here. Let's write the name of the character, the Krimson. Nice little character card, I guess you could say. We can add the shadows to each letter here. Yeah, and these are rough sketches. These aren't like, you know, I'm not really like these aren't like comic book ready drawings. Like I'm just doing a quick sketch here, but obviously I would probably spend more time drawing him for an actual comic book. And I'm actually gonna get back into doing a Roadwarrior Drake comic book. I know in the first video, the first drawing video, where I had Roadwarrior Drake, where I drew Roadwarrior Drake, I should say, and I showed clips or panels, I should say, of the comic book that I was doing. But I'm probably gonna redraw it and do like a whole graphic novel, reintroducing these characters, and you know, dedicating myself to drawing again. You know, I've been busy with the filmmaking, but I've been neglecting my drawing, and I can still draw, and I want to keep drawing, and I want to be able to use that gift to entertain my audiences and to, you know, inspire people to draw themselves. You know, show a nice little curtain behind this guy. You know, he likes to live in elegance. After all, he works hard for us, so let's put some elegance in behind him. So yeah, I want to do these videos. I want to do drawing videos. I think I enjoy them. I enjoy that that I can still draw, and I realize, you know what, I can do something with this. You know, add more content to my YouTube channel. And I definitely want to give my shout out to Ethan Van Sciver, because watching some of his drawing videos inspired me to get into this. Thank you, Uncle Ethan. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to do this, and I definitely enjoy the privilege of drawing my characters and updating them, because, you know, I draw better than I used to. And interesting, because you would think that as a filmmaker I would do a lot of storyboards, but you'd be surprised how very rarely used storyboards are in the film industry. At least I'm talking, at least in the independent world. Like, people don't use storyboards when you're making independent films. Actually, that's not a bad idea to get into storyboarding for other people's films, because I look at these independent films and I see how the cinematography is, and they just shoot them on a very flat scale. It's like you shoot them at a waist level. You don't work with dynamic angles. You don't work with dollying or what have you. You don't zoom when you're supposed to zoom. You don't make them dynamic. I think if I storyboarded independent films, a lot of cinematographers would actually up their game. Of course, I won't do it for free, but, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. It's just something to think about. You know, so the Krimson, probably, maybe he collects human skulls. You know, he has some very heavy clients, some very famous clients. Maybe after he makes them quote unquote disappear, he has some keepsakes for his office. So let's draw. We're gonna draw a skull here. Who knows? Maybe it's Jimmy Hoffa, some other well-known big leader in the street. Who knows who it is? But he's collected some skulls. He has a nice little skull that's hanging on the wall right next to him. So let's put that there with the plaque. You can see I don't use a lot of rulers and all that stuff. I don't use rulers or compasses or whatever. This is just freestyle. This is all more freestyle than anything. Not that I don't respect perspective or what have you, but when I draw, I just want to let my hand go loose. I don't want to be hindered. So I want to just let it go. So there we go, folks. This is the Krimson. I hope you enjoyed this video, and more will be coming soon. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can get notifications of my videos, and please consider leaving a donation, a pledge, whatever, to my television account. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you, guys, and take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.